On today's Newsmakers, is revival upon us? We had a chance to sit down with Dr. Ben Carson at the premiere of The Revival Generation, a new CBN film. You're going to hear what he has to say here in just a moment. With no further ado, here is Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Carson, why did you want to be involved in The Revival Generation?
Well, I've been thinking for a long time that we need a revival. We've had 4 of them in the history of our country, usually around pestilence or war. We got all kinds of things going on. It's time for one. And I've been seeing some really encouraging signs as I travel around the country, particularly among young people. And I think many of them are saying, well, we've experimented, we've seen where the other way leads, and it's not a good place. So maybe it's time to go back to our roots. And when you think about it, our founding document says that our rights come from our Creator. Why would we run away from that and try to be like everybody else? When you think about, we rose from nowhere to the pinnacle of the world in record time. And a large part of that was because of our belief system. So why would we throw that away? And I think people are starting to understand that. That doesn't mean that we don't still have some substantial battles with Marxism and socialism. But I think the good guys will win in the long run.
Well, as we're sort of sitting here having this conversation a year ago, could you have imagined that you'd be sitting in the Kennedy Center getting ready to watch a film on revival?
It would be hard to imagine.
Yeah, and yet here you are, right, doing this. When you look at what's changed in the past, not even year, the past few months, what goes through your head, your heart, your mind?
Well, for one thing, we have new leadership in our country. I asked President Trump not too long ago, how are you able to have so much energy? I said, you're in your late 70s. Most people at that time, they're like in a rocking chair on the porch.
Relaxing, right, yeah.
Exactly. And he thought for a minute, he said, it's God. And, to have a president who will acknowledge that is good. Now, some people on this left will say, yeah, but he's just saying that because he's an evil guy. Well, in their mind, no matter what he did, it would be evil. And one of the things that's very important and that I see coming through the president is that he's no longer easy to manipulate. Before they could just push the button and send them into a tizzy. And now he's much more calm and measured, sends them into a tizzy.
So you see a change in him from last time around?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And when you think about the change, you were talking about young people before, it feels like politically, culturally, socially, at every level there's a change, right? It's impacting, the most important thing is faith and coming to faith, and we're seeing that happen with the youth, but we're also seeing a shift in the way people look at government and the bathroom issue, the trans issue in schools. You go down the line, things are moving. What do you think is driving the broader shift that is happening in America?
I think people are braver. They're willing to actually talk about what they believe. In the past, for the last few decades, people, when a political discussion came up, they go hide in a corner and stare at the floor. They don't dare speak what they believe. That's changing. And, I used to go to college campuses and, a few students would turn up. Now you have hundreds of students turning up, wearing their American flags, proudly proclaiming the name of Christ. We've seen some of these situations where hundreds are baptized, and it's not a thing of shame anymore. It's a thing of pride. And I think kids are realizing that you can't be the land of the free if you're not the home of the brave.
Mm. So my last question for you, and this is a big one because these changes are happening, they're very positive, but some have worried that, is the church ready for this? Are Christians ready for all of these new young people coming in with questions? They're looking for answers. Do you feel that we're equipped? And if not, what should we be doing to be ready for what is currently happening before us?
Well, there are a lot of people asking questions like that, and that's good, because that's how you make progress. Ask the questions and don't shy away from them. And understand that it's possible to have disagreements and still work together. We are not enemies. If you take the first letter of each one of those, Wayne, we are not enemies. We've let hate and division flourish for a long time. It's waxed. Now it's time to let it wane. And I think we're realizing that, because the only way our nation can really be brought down is from internally. It can't be brought down externally. We have too many weapons, but we can easily be divided. And Christ said it, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And that's really the big battle. Can we get people to understand that what Marxists do is they divide you? They divide you on the basis of race, age, income, gender, religion, political affiliation, you name it, divide them, have them at each other's throats while they carry out their nefarious purposes.
Well, I lied, because now I have another question, and this is the final question. Are you confident that we can win that battle and stop that division from happening?
I'm very confident. My only concern is not that we're going to be victorious, but that we will go too far, and that we will decide that we need to legislate morality. That has happened in the past, as you know, and it's created some of the greatest issues of bloodshed in mankind's history. We don't want to go there.
Well, Dr. Carson, I appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you for joining us.
All right, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate what you do.
That's all for today's Newsmakers. Make sure you head on over to the CBN News YouTube channel and cbnnews.com for more of the news you need to read. We'll see you again tomorrow.